Boys, like you saw in today's video, I am gonna be giving you guys some of the rarest investments you could be making right now as a UFC fan. I have 10, count them, 10 different fighters that you guys need to be investing in. Is it because they're gonna go on a title run? Are they gonna be a future champion? Or do I just see some success in their future? Yes, and yes. All those will apply in today's video. I feel like that dude who was urging people back in the day to buy some Bitcoin. That's what I feel like right now. I'm urging you guys to buy some stock into these fighters because mark my word, they will be performing. They will be making you rich. With that being said, like I said, I got 10 different fighters here. First one on the list, I gotta put RDR here. RDR right now is like investing into Bitcoin back in 2011. Again, I feel like that dude right now who's urging you guys to buy some Bitcoin. RDR is a safe investment, but he's also fraud checking some of the biggest dudes in this division, like the boy Bo Nickel. He's a safe investment. Best believe you're gonna be making some profits with this guy. And you know, maybe it's one of the situations where it's not a long-term hold. You hold him for a little bit, then you sell off the profits, because I don't know if we see him become champion, but him versus a DDP would be fun. Him versus a Chimaev would be fun. And I think regardless of the outcomes, I think that just, increases his stock. I'm not gonna lie. Invest into RDR while it's still cheap. Again, this man is like Bitcoin in 2011. Let's keep moving down though, because you're gonna have to hear me out on this one. I feel like I am the Wolf of Wall Street right now, trying to sell you some penny stocks, But trust me, Kris Moutinho is a good stock right now. And it's not one of these stupid penny stocks where I'm trying to get you to invest a shit ton of money in it so I can be making a bunch of money. No, it's a cheap stock right now just because Kris Moutinho stock can't go any lower than what it is right now. I don't think this is going to be a future champion type of investment, but sprinkle in a few thousand. Watch this dude get a win here. Maybe 2 wins if they're not going to feed him to killers. Then we're looking at like a 4 times X our money. It's a cheap stock. It's an easy stock. And it's always going to be entertaining. Kris Moutinho stock can't get any lower. And at the end of the day, invest in him if you have a pain tolerance of winning money. That's all I gotta say. Again, I feel like I'm the Wolf of Wall Street right now, trying to make you guys, trying to sell you guys on some bullshit penny stocks, but this is the real deal. And you're telling me Kris Moutinho wouldn't get a UFC win right here? Like, I'm banking on the fact that this dude's still in the UFC. So I don't know if he's in the UFC after that Wellmaker fight. I think he is. But you're going through the division and you're telling me that Kris Moutinho can't get a win here against someone like a AJ Cunningham, even a Simon Oliveira, some dude who's fighting this week. He can't squeeze out a decision here against a Nathan Fletcher. He can't squeeze out a Hail Mary win here over I don't even know. There's some this is okay, maybe it's not as good of an investment that I thought, but still, that stock can't get any lower. And to be honest, just give him one more fight. Hopefully he wins here. And you're looking like some good stonks. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally the definition of stonks. But let's keep moving down. I got Valter Walker, some guy who's fighting on this card this Saturday. Valter Walker is here to take all the ankles in this heavyweight division. Invest in him now. Invest in him today before he goes and he fights Muhammad Usman, because he's going to get a legendary name like Usman on his record, and that's just gonna pump the stock even more. And at the end of the day, is he gonna be championship level? No, I think this is one of the stocks that we invest into now and sell off at the point where he becomes ranked in the top 10-ish area. That's where I think the ceiling is for Valter Walker. And he might have a few he might lose in between there. Just double up and buy more on the dip. You buy on the dip and you sell at the high. That is the point of this video. Same thing with Moutinho that we just went over. He's on a huge dip right now. You buy the dip. You all know it by now, but we buy the dip. That's how it works. But let's keep moving down to a very expensive, stock right now. That's Merab Dvalishvili. Merab is like what's an expensive stock right now? You know, Merab right now is like a Netflix stock. Super expensive. But unlike the Netflix stock, Merab stock is just going to keep going up and up and up. It's literally a cheat code. And again, it's free money. It's going to be, you're investing in Merab like he's a treadmill that fights back, to be honest. That's what it is. His takedowns more repetitive than the ads I put on this YouTube video, and by far one of the best stocks you can buy right here, one of the safest stocks you can buy here. Again, it's a little bit expensive, but at the end of the day, it's only gonna keep going up. It's like gold right now. You know, gold is just constantly moving up and up and up. It's expensive, but it's one of the things that are a necessity in life. A Merab stock is a necessity. Let's keep moving down though to a surprising one. Again, I've been saying it. Buy the dip. Joo Sang Yoo, the Korean Zombie Jr. Invest now. He's like a startup company that, you know, that's nobody's heard of. He's on the market right now, super cheap because he low-key got like fraud checked a little bit. The price has dipped significantly for Joo Sang Yoo. Perfect time to buy. Buy the dip. If he loses again, buy the dip. And, you know, he has those laser fast hands, faster than Dana making, you know, some shitty power slap promo. But, you know, buy the stock before he goes viral. And trust me, you'll look like a genius doing so. Mark my words. Joo Sang Yoo stock will hit a all-time high. He had a little bit of a fraud check. That's okay, though. Everyone goes through a little bit of a fraud check now. But he's still young. You know, he's 31 years old. He's still semi-young. He's going to be making improvements. He's probably not going to keep his hands low so much now. Good learning experience. And do I think he becomes top 15? No. Not. You never know. But at this point in the time, it's not like an investment where you need to hold it till he becomes a champion, because I don't think that's the play here. But it's at an all-time low. Wait for this dude to get some more highlights on his resume, and boom. We're making millions and trillions of dollars. Let's keep moving down, though, to the halfway point. Quillan Salkilld. Now, Quillan is a if you know type of fighter. This guy's stock is so unknown right now, it makes Dogecoin sound like a mainstream thing. It's so under the radar right now. It's hella cheap. Buy up all the Quillan stock that you can right now, because, you know, he's already Australian, so that gives him an additional 10 plus chin stat. He throws bombs like a madman, and best believe in the next few years, we're going to have a bunch of highlights from him. And let's not forget, he's the legendary man who's already had one of the best highlights in the UFC with the Why Did You Redeem It special.
Goodbye, my nigger. Back to the lobby.
Do not redeem the card.
What?
Do not redeem the card.
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem.
card. Okay.
No.
Quillan stock is gonna hit an all-time high. Definitely, I could see him getting top 15, maybe even top 10/5. I have a high hope for Quillan. Champion though, I don't know. You know, we might have to sell off at that point when we're making too much money. Keep moving down though. Joel Alvarez. Alvarez stock is a little high right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's not like a super cheap stock. However, I think it's undervalued just because Joel Alvarez doesn't fight as often as he should. He kills himself to make 155, so he can't be out here super active. He can't be out here taking like short notice fights. He can't have short notice replacements. He can't step in short notice because he can't make 155 super easy. However, he's moving up to 170. He's going to be able to take short replacements even more. He's going to get a win this weekend against Vicente Luque. And the UFC is going to start pushing this dude. He's going to be the 170 version of Ilia Topuria, because they need another Spain dude when they start promoting Ilia. If they ever go to Spain, Joel Alvarez will be there on an Ilia Topuria fight card. This dude's reach is so long, he could jab you from different time zones. And just a no-brainer, especially going into this Charles Oliveira fight card. It's a no-brainer. Invest in Joel Alvarez right now. He will be ranked at 170. Mark my words. This dude could be top. This could be a contender at 155. It's just that he's literally too big for 155. He'll be a contender for 170. Mark my words. Let's keep moving down though. I got Rei Tsuruya. Rei Tsuruya, it might have a decently high stock right now. But what do we say every single time? we buy the dip. This dude's 23 years old, coming off a loss to Joshua Van. I was gonna, people are gonna say, what about Joshua Van? Joshua Van is way too inflated right now by everyone else. We buy that dip when he loses to Pantoja. But right now, it's way too high, and it's too much of a gamble to invest into Joshua Van. I don't think he beats Pantoja, to be honest. But, Rei Tsuruya, 23 years old, coming off a loss to Joshua Van. A lot of people are questioning, is this dude even that good? Going through his resume, he hasn't fought anyone good in the UFC, so people are selling their Rei Tsuruya stock. It's plummeting. I'm not gonna lie, it's plummeting. Invest now. He's 23 years old. He's just going to be getting better and better. And it's like investing into Nintendo stock in the 90s. It's going to explode once they hit their prime. Mark my words. Invest in him now. And when he's in his 30s, you'll be able to retire you, your mom, your grandma. You'll be able to retire your whole bloodline. Mark my words. Let's keep moving down though. 2, Charles Johnson. Hell yeah, we got to put some respect on the oldest dude on this list, Charles Johnson. It's like having a mutual fund, it's safe, consistent, and low-key pretty profitable. Charles Johnson, yes, his stock is a little bit high right now. With that being said, this dude is probably going to fight another unk in flyweight in Tim Elliott, and he's gonna win and get ranked. Then we probably sell off the Charles Johnson stock because it's just too much of a gamble at that point. At the end of the day, it's like this. Charles Johnson is the UFC version of Costco. It's reliable and you buy stuff in bulk. Charles Johnson puts out combinations in bulk. You need to invest into the Charles Johnson stock. It won't make you rich overnight, but it ain't gonna make you broke either. Mark my words. Let's keep moving down to the last guy on this list. The one that gave me the idea for this whole video. I got the boy Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira. I don't know what this talk of him changing his name is to Charles the Predator Oliveira. I don't know what that's all about. I hope that shit's fake because we need to still have Do Bronx out here. But I guess we'll figure that out this Saturday. But Charles Oliveira it's like a Apple stock right now. It dips a few times, but it always bounces back stronger. And that's exactly what's happening here. It dips significantly after getting flatlined by Topuria. But invest now, because Charles Oliveira has more comebacks than anybody on this list. His submission game is elite. And again, I feel like the Wolf of Wall Street right now because it's like I'm trying to tell you guys to buy some shitty stocks, but no, invest in. Okay, it's not a long-term hold. It's like a quick flip. I'm not gonna lie. Invest into Charles Oliveira because I think he gets it done over Gamrot in this fight this Saturday. After that, the stock is not going to recover to what it once was, but it'll definitely bounce back a little bit, and then maybe we sell off there. I don't know. It depends who he gets matched up with next, but maybe we hold it for one more fight depending on who he fights next. If he fights someone like a Max Holloway, a Dan Hooker, a Max Holloway, maybe we sell it off. If he fights someone like I don't even know, like a Paddy Pimblett, maybe we keep it. I think the smart plan is to go all in on Charles Oliveira stock and sell off after he wins this weekend. But with that being said, those were 10 UFC fighters you guys need to be invested in. Let me know, did I miss any? Do we need a part 2? Let me know in the comments below. I could easily make a part 2 because your boy knows game. But let me know in the comments below, who are you guys invested in right now? Who are some up and coming prospects that you guys have your eye on? Who do you think is going to have, a good resurgence, a good bounce back win here? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video.